healthy relationships, healthy career, healthy life. And that's a healthy flow. There is no self as an individual or separation from the outside. I see the self as everyone. So every time we find ourselves down, not inspired, lack of flow, we must realize that we are disconnected. Bringing this essence of who we are, this is the power, and this is what creates really flow.
Hi everyone, I'm Camilo Torres, and welcome again to Flow Community Podcast. In here, we're going to have amazing conversation with the beautiful people that has joined our community. We're going to get a lot of inspirations for their life journeys, passions, creations, because we believe that when you share your story, you can inspire others. So please enjoy this new episode, and also I would love to invite you to share our community. And if you would like to be part of this podcast, please go to our website, flowwithcommunity.com. Thank you. So please welcome Raquel Ríos. Hi Raquel, how are you?
I'm very good, and you?
Good, good. Thank you so much for being in this podcast, and thank you so much for being part of the Flow community. It's my pleasure, and I'm very happy to have you here.
Same.
Yeah, and I've been following you a little bit on your Instagram and your social media, that you are an actress and also you're a spiritual healer. But I would love to know more about you and what you do, and yeah, the amazing work that you're doing at the moment.
Yeah, it all started with the acting.
Mhm.
I was looking for ways of how to help people to release what they don't need and embody the qualities that they need, not just for a very good performance, but also in life. And that's what led me to the path of healing. I didn't know that that was going to be my full time. And when I came to London in February 2010, things started unfolding in the flow, at ease, in the
Yeah.
path of being qualified as a healer very fast, having done a lot of case studies, and those case studies were bringing more people, and this has been the path of clients until now, and it all came from the acting.
Wow, interesting. So from one point, it's very related of what I also what's happening to me, because I'm an architect and
Yes,
my background is from architecture, and now I'm creating flow communities. It's like very interesting because everything I think is connected in life.
exactly.
Nice. And I love that when I was preparing this podcast and asked you what topic would you like to talk about, and I love that you say about flow as the meaning of flow,
Of course.
and it's so interesting, and I love it, and this is also is kind of what it drives my life. So I have a question for you. So what it's been in flow for you? What's flow for you?
Flow for me is health. Health is everything. It's not just physical or mental health, but also healthy relationships, healthy career, healthy life. And that's a healthy flow. When problems occur, may it be physical, mentally, or in life, is because there is a flow disruption. And this does not mean that it's a problem as we think it is. It's just that it requires some actions from us to not modify, but to reorganize again for flow.
Mm, interesting. Okay, health. Wow, I haven't. Yeah, it's like okay. So and then how do you go into that journey? If I may, if for you, like how do you think we can go into that journey of being healthy?
Each person is unique and different.
Mhm.
What's best for one is not the best for everyone. So we all find our own way, our own state of balance, which is health. And of course, this is harmony, harmony within, expressed outside. If we do not have internal harmony, if we do not have a good relationship with oneself, we are not going to have a good relationship with people, because we project the shadows that we have in our mind, thinking that they are bad and I am good. And that's totally wrong. So we must
100%.
take responsibility for having a healthy state of being internally, for it to have an effect in the outside world, not just in our life, but also the impact that this has in the life of other people. And this extends to humanity. As you say, everything is connected.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah, I think I'm completely agree with you. But do you think like what you're saying, and I think this is a topic that I always say in the podcast is about self-love.
Yes.
And I think for me, my personal journey, it's I've been working in my process of self-love, and I find it that, and it's a journey that I think it never ends. But it has make my life flowing. And what you said is also I feel very healthy in life, in all my aspects of everything, like friendships, math, friendships and work and life, and even well mental and physical. So do you think it's self love is connected to the journey to start flow, to start your flow?
Self-love is very used in many people. I always had a not so liking the word
Okay.
personally, because I was thinking, okay, self-love, self-love. What about loving other people? But the truth is that there is no self-love without loving other people. If someone loves oneself but doesn't love another person, there is no real love.
Mm-hmm.
So the way I think about it, of course, each person has its own um, way of expressing it.
Mm-hmm.
But the way I express is being the love
Mm-hmm.
that you want to share in the world without expecting it from the outside. Otherwise, you are needy and you are not love. So you need someone to fill you up, and that's totally horrible for
Yeah.
everyone and for the person from the beginning. So by approaching it as being the love, I find it easier
Mm-hmm.
for me to understand. And also self, there is no self as an individual or separation from the outside. I see the self as everyone.
As a collective.
Yeah, and the universe, that's
Mm-hmm.
the real self. So when we identify ourselves with this higher self, that is not just your higher self and the other people, no, but a higher self that we all are, this is where unity start. And this is the foundation of what I do as well with Find Your Point, is finding this point, finding this self that we all are. And in the journey for finding this, we find the solutions to any problem in life. We find our inner source of inspiration and our power, our insights, ideas, and anything we need, because we tap into this unlimited consciousness that we all are. And this is where flow starts.
Wow. So
It's like a wheel. The wheel moves when the source is activated from the center. If there is no flow, because there is no power,
mm-hmm.
this lack of power is disconnection from the source, from who we really are, such as ego,
Mm-hmm.
confusion, being depleted, being exhausted when we feel down, that we all have this.
Mm-hmm.
But we must realize that every time we feel down, we feel lethargic. Of course, sometimes we need a nap and sleep well, that's very important. But when we have an issue that we feel separated from people, or an ego issue thinking that we are not better, but can be worse as well, this
Mm-hmm.
happens a lot. So every time we find ourselves down, not inspired, lack of flow, we must realize that we are disconnected.
Yeah. Wow. 100%. And I love I love everything you said. It's so inspiring. And I love as well what you said about like self love. Let's know the self is all of us, and it's a collective 100%, and I agree with that. And also the journey of love, maybe. And maybe it's something that, yeah, this is a new, it's a very nice way to say it, a journey of love. Because love is so, it's, yes, of course you need to love yourself, but also you need to love a lot of people, you need to love the planet, you need to love where you live. So
But sometimes we need to love people from distance as well.
as well.
We cannot be so nice. It can be
Correct.
it can be a
Well,
bit challenging.
I guess that comes with the boundaries that you
Exactly.
have with others. So
Yeah,
100%.
for a good reason.
Yes.
Yeah, for
And
harmony.
wow, 100%. And I yeah, everything you said was so nice. But going back with what you said about flow and how ego and other situations can stop that. My question now is like, yeah, what exactly stop us in our flow? If we're going to, if we start the journey of flow,
Hmm.
what do you think is the reasons that sometimes we block that flow?
Ooh.
Fear. Okay. All right.
Fear, confusion.
Okay.
Confusion comes from lack of trust and lack of flow as well. But if I had to say one thing, is fear. And of course, stress as well, but stress is fear. Behind stress, there is always a form of fear. Fear of being late, fear of not being good enough, fear of whatever bullshit we have in the mind. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the cause of lack of flow and the disconnection.
Interesting. And do you think fear is connected with trust? With
Yes,
trust?
yeah,
Yeah.
100%. I have a metaphor
Yeah.
in my book, is highlighted, and the book will be as soon as possible available for people because this is very important. So this thing is that a star doesn't need strings to hold onto.
Mm-hmm.
It just shines. This is a metaphor of trust,
Very interesting.
and we are stars. We don't need to hold onto anything
100%.
because we are sustained by love, the universe itself,
Mm-hmm.
the essence, the connectedness. If we have to define a substance in not in physics but in emotions, a substance in the emotions that connect us all to the entire creation is love. And now we go again to the self-love or
I
trust and
love
flow.
it. Wow. That's really nice. And thank you so much for sharing that. And yeah, I'm again, I'm agree with you. I think the journey of trusting yourself and trust the universe, it's very hard though. I I am, like we all, I guess, well, I am in a journey as well, like personally. Sometimes I'm like, sometimes I stop trusting. I'm like, no, no, no. And then conscious, in my conscious, I'm like, no, stop thinking, blocking that flow. Let's trust the universe. The universe is holding me. And I just continue and doing what I love because what I love is working out. Otherwise, the universe will show me it's not that path. Go to another path. And if it's like that, it's okay. It's okay because sometimes and control. Okay, and okay, trust. Do you think that control can also stop the that we're flowing?
Of course, the
Like,
control freak and the sabotage that we have. The sabotage that you are doing well and you know what you have to do, but you must say, "Oh no, don't worry, do it later." Hey, come on! If this has to be done, why postpone it for later? Because if you get it done now with your enjoyment and your excitement, sometimes it's for later because it's the time on the flow. But if you know that it's time to do it, if your mind sabotages like, oh, don't go to the gym, don't worry, I just watch TV, or just do something that you know is not good for you.
Mhm.
Oh, eat donuts. Like,
100%, yeah.
that's nasty. That's the naughty mind diverting
Mhm.
you from the flow, and then the mind trying to control freak. Maybe you are doing something amazing, but the mind start doubting. Oh, what if? Okay, is that your intuition, or that's
The lazy
sabotage from
part,
the?
yes.
Yeah, that's
Wow, that's
tricky.
interesting. But then there is two. Wow, 100%. Okay, so you touched two topics: control and also laziness. I want to talk about the manifestation. Everybody's talking about manifestation, and I think like I don't know. I am discovering that yes, manifestation exists, but also you have to do something about it. So what you said about like the lazy mind, if you say, okay, I want to manifest that going to be in a great shape, what are you saying about the gym, right? But if you're staying home and manifesting and being in bed and starting eating bad food, well, that's not going to arrive to you. You need to have act. Do you think the same as what I'm saying?
Exactly, it requires actions, but also we are always manifesting, creating
Mm-hmm.
based on not just what we think, but also how we feel, because that's the activation. But the thing is that sometimes we are manifesting things that we don't like and we don't enjoy, and sometimes we think that we want to manifest something and we force ourselves, oh no, I have to visualize that. Because we think that by that, then you will be feeling good. No, this is totally wrong. Because if you're not feeling good about it, if you're not excited to visualize and to create that outcome, if you don't have excitement, that is a big sign. So excitement is a key point to direct you to your path. Your path is exciting. If it's not exciting, done. Because it's not pointless.
You
Yeah.
that's so wow on point, and I think I have lived it. And
Yes.
sometimes people don't listen that excitement slash intuition, I guess, because when you don't have that on you,
Yeah.
well, stop doing it. It's not the correct path, and yeah, and keep going to another path, right?
People, I mean, all of us, we get confused with so much noise. So that's why it's so important for us to connect with who we are and to find what we really want, and not be bombarded by the outside world, making people think that we want money because we think that
Mm-hmm.
money brings you freedom. It's the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
Totally the other way around. If you are not free, nothing can bring you freedom. But the fact is, nothing can bring us freedom because it's like trust, that we are free to choose. And lots of people, they want to manifest millions or
Mm-hmm.
luxury houses. Does that bring them excitement?
Yeah, 100%. I don't think so. Yeah. Well, right. And I think anyway, this is a lot of topics, and
There
I'm
is
sure
more to talk about. There is a lot about
because
this.
we can talk about also the
Yes,
energy of money.
yes.
That anyway, I've been learning, but we could have other podcasts together because
Yeah, talking about wealth. Let's
and
remember
as
this.
well, yes,
Yeah,
yeah, and I love to. I'm sure we're going to have many
yeah,
podcasts together.
yeah.
But then anyway, let's focus on the flow.
Yes.
And coming back to the topic, and thank you so much for saying, I mean, fear, what stops us from flowing, and fear and trust, and control and lazy mind is the main keys to no flowing, and I'm completely agree with you.
Yeah.
Um, with that, do you think that being being in the flow helps you with your mental health?
100%, because it's not separation, it's together. As we create flow, sometimes we do it physically. In my case, if I do not exercise, if I don't run, if I don't activate my body with cardiovascular exercise, my mind, no. My mind stop flowing because my body's like, hey, I am in pain. I need to go for a run. And then, oh, everything is easy. Like I see very clear. And then I meditate super fast. And I just, I just know the answers. I just feel good and at ease. This is flow. So it's together, the body and the mind. I understand that a lot of people, they do not exercise, and for some reason they are okay. They can cope, but I believe that they are very good, and if they exercise a little bit, they get even better.
100%. Yes.
Yeah, and some people, they feel more the need than others as well, and not everything is the same for everyone. In my personal case, it's really important, the physical flow and exercise, but that's the nature of my being. For other people, it might be different, but the flow is coherence, is harmony, is movement and motion, and the stars and everything in the universe is in constant motion. So
I love it.
even when we stop because we are resting, there is some sort of motion occurring as well in our dreams. So we never stop really, even if we try to be in meditation in total stillness. Yeah, through that stillness, movement occurs afterwards with more flow.
100%. And then you flow even with yourself
Yes.
if you're in the right, state.
Yeah,
Of
finding
meditation. Yeah.
flow through stillness
Yeah.
and through movement as well, both ways.
Wow, I love it. Wow, thank you so much, and I completely agree. Yeah, I mean, physical health is very linked with the mental health, but also this being in a state of flow is both. And I think being in a state of flow um, helps a lot with your mental health and makes you like focus on yourself and on others. But yeah. Um, right. I have another question. So, okay. So, about creativity,
Yes.
do you think being in the state of flow also helps with creativity?
Yeah, and the other way around.
Okay.
Creativity helps the flow as well. Some people believe that they are not creative, but that's not true. We all are because we are in constant creation and creating things. Some people are more into art or anything, but we all are creative. And some people express it in one way, other people in others, but believing that I like creativity, or yeah, some people, it's true that they copy a lot and they repeat other people, and it's so boring. But bless them, they just think that that's the way it works, and a lot of people believe that that's how it works. Yeah, there are things that works, but if we are lacking our inspiration and our creativity, at some point it will get very boring as well. So bringing this inspiration from oneself and this creativity from oneself to make it your own unique way, which is we are unique,
Mhm.
bringing this essence of who we are, this is the power, and this is what creates really flow.
Wow. Yeah, on point. I love it because what you said is it's being on flow helps creativity and creativity helps being on flow, and I love that relationship, and I'm agree with you. And flow community and flow platform, it's to boost that creativity in all of us. And I'm 100% with you again, that I believe that everybody is a creative soul and we need to light up that creativity in all of us. But some people is in a state that it's, well, they don't think that they're creative, and yeah, and they are not flowing, and then they might be going to a different path. um, but yeah, right, thank you so much for that. And what, okay, so with all this, well, I'm sure we already have an answer, but what what do you think will help us to develop the act of flow? What would be something to make us being on flow? What do you think?
Remembering that we all are a combination of opposing forces, of light and dark,
Okay.
There is no black or white. Even if we go to the extreme of white that we know, and there is always more white. And the same with the black. There is always more. And in between, it's not just gray.
Yeah.
We have infinite colors, not just the color of the rainbows, but now when we tap into red, for example, we see a lot of reds. So remembering that we are a combination of many colors, and each person is unique and different, and each person brings its own colors. And putting these colors that we bring as our emotions, as how we feel, how we think, is an expression of who we are. Bringing this uniqueness, knowing that we are a combination of everything, which means that we are everything. We can talk so much about astrology as well.
Wow.
Yes, knowing that we are everything, so we cannot reject or point outwards, because we are as well. Like for example, I would say, "Oh, it's Scorpio." Seriously, my moon is in Scorpio.
Okay. Wow.
So you see, we cannot say something is outside. We are everything.
100%. Wow. Thank you. And thank you so much for the answer. I love it. All right. So I would like to ask you, well, just few questions, but before that, I have some short questions. But
Yes.
before that, I would love to let us know where to find you. Where to find you and where everybody from the community can find you.
It's very easy. Findyourpoint.com.
Oh, wow.
We
Okay.
spoke about the point,
Yes.
where the energy comes
Okay.
from, the power, the flow. So finding this point, findyourpoint.com.
Okay.
There you can find me and find yourself on the way as well.
Wow, love it. Okay, thank you so much. And to end this podcast, so I have three questions. You can answer with one word or one short sentence. I know we already talked about those topics, but let's recap very quickly. What creativity is for you?
Creativity for me is creation.
Nice, 100%. What is your current creative expression?
Writing.
Writing, yeah. Nice. Thank you. And also you were mentioning about book.
Yes.
Is there something coming up there?
Well, it was complete in 2016. I just been in circles and not publishing because of wanting it to be perfect. Some friends they have read it at that time and they say, just publish it, it's very good. And it's like, yes, but wait, and refining, and making it short as well, because it was over 600 pages. So I reduced to 200 and something. And also on the way, I have started other manuscripts as well. I'm not thinking of publishing them just yet. I am not in a rush.
Okay.
Hopefully, before I pass away,
So
they can be available. But everything will be in the right timing.
So you will let us know.
Yes.
Amazing. Thank you. And the last question is, what flow means for you?
Health.
Love it. All right. Yeah, we already talked the topic. I mean, I think this podcast is all about that. And thank you so much. This has been amazing conversation and very inspirational. And yeah, I'm sure a lot of people will learn from this.
Yes, find the flow.
All right.
On the go.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much everyone for listening. Bye.